Hi, I'm Jim.
I'm Rhenda,
We're hardiness approach.
and it has been a bit.
Too much of a bit. If you've been watching our previous videos about prostate cancer, you know what's going on. We're here to catch up a little bit on what has been happening. We talked about me getting the first treatment. I think we even mentioned the second treatment. We didn't go into a lot of detail about all of them. Side effects are not as bad now as they have been.
So let's review the first
Yes.
one, because that's the only one they really know about.
The Androgen Depravation Therapy, ADT. Nice shot right here with some powerful chemicals that last 6 months and then start dissipating. And I'm, 3 months into it? Finally.
So he has two really strong side effects from this. One is hot flashes, and I've had hot flashes for years, but he has hot flashes where his whole body will just get diaphoretic, totally sweaty, just so hot, and it happens about twice an hour for him.
Sometimes. Some days it goes a long time without it, but other times it's almost like I've had an hour to where it felt like I was doing it the whole time.
Yeah.
It's just no fun.
The second side effect from the androgen deprivation therapy has to do with the abdominal fat that is placed in his belly, and that's where it is placed.
I'm gaining weight while I'm exercising and doing my best to not overeat or eat junk, and I'm still putting it on. It hasn't been horrible, and I attribute that to what we've done. If I didn't watch what I ate and didn't do what I can to exercise, I think it'd be a lot worse.
Yeah, we've had to go from medium shirts and pants to large, and we are assured that it will go backwards. And androgen deprivation therapy will last about 9 months. So come January, he should be done with that.
Thank goodness. Now, the good side of that is my PSA level it's dropped to
0.04.
Yeah, 0.04, which is nothing, and that's from a 22 down to a 0.04. That was really the objective, and that's a big deal that's happened. So that's the good part of it.
June 6th is when you had surgery.
Yes.
And we just had this idea that, okay, we'll do the surgery and we'll make a video and show people that, no. It was a tough recovery.
Yeah, well, we had a lot of things going on in our life at the same time, but I didn't feel good. Occasionally, maybe a little bit, but usually I just felt
explain
awful.
What good and not feeling good was.
Well, no energy. I just didn't feel like doing anything. A lot of discomfort because, they had to go in and insert 76 seeds, and just a lot of disruption.
Oh, yeah. I guess we should tell them what the surgery was.
Yeah.
Seed implant.
It's called Brachy Therapy is the name of it.
Yeah.
And they implanted 76 radioactive seeds into my prostate and in that area. And those are creating a great deal of inflammation. So a lot of discomfort with that. And I found myself urinating every 5 to 6 minutes. And it was a nightmare.
So one of the ways that we were able to combat that so that he could still have a life is we did a condom catheter. The doctor wanted to put a catheter in. We weren't in Salt Lake, we were back home. And he said, if this doesn't change, I want you to go get a catheter. I didn't want a catheter put in because then he has to learn to pee all over again. Yeah. And it can cause infection and stuff. So we did a condom catheter.
And what that allowed me to do is actually sleep at night because I didn't take me long to adapt to, I don't have to get up, I don't have to do anything. And occasionally it would wake me up, but I was able to sleep the whole night. Filled up the bag pretty much, but I was able to sleep through the night, and that was a big change over what had been happening.
So that's passed. Just maybe put our hands over here right now. That's passed for us. If he has to be somewhere for a couple of hours where he cannot go to the bathroom, then we put one on for that period of time. Otherwise, you're doing much better.
Yep.
He'll have days where he still needs to go every 15 to 20 minutes, but usually it's every 30 minutes to an hour, up to 2 hours.
Yep.
And we're told this will improve.
Yep.
So,
So we're now back at the Huntsman Cancer Institute for the third therapy, and this is radiation. I have 28 days of radiation where they are targeting very specific spots to get rid of whatever is lighting up the CT scan.
so may I tell them specifically where they're
Sure.
doing? They're doing the prostate. They're doing the seminal vesicles because his cancer had gone into them, and they're doing the prostate lymph nodes that are there. So that's the area that they're doing.
Yeah. So it's a pretty simple procedure. I wait longer than I'm in there actually. So lay on the table. It's like a CT scanner, but instead of being a big tube that you go in,
You're okay.
there are 4 arms that come off of it, and I don't know what each of them do, but it turns around me and it takes pictures and sends the radioactive beams where they need to go as well. So they made a mold for my legs so that my legs will have a specific place to be, and they've given me 3 tattoos that they use for lining up the machine. So when I first get there, lay down on the table, feet in the mold that they made, and then they scoot me around until everything's lined up perfectly, and turn on the machine. They have to leave the room. Of course, they don't want to get radiated. And it does a CT scan first, and then it does the beams where they need to go. Takes 5 to 10 minutes, if that, and then I'm done, and I'm out of there.
So 28 treatments. Every day he has a treatment, but not on the weekends and not holidays. So there's one holiday while we're here that we won't go, and then we don't have it on the weekends. So we're actually here at the Huntsman Center for 40 days. And we are staying at the Hope Lodge, which is done by the American Cancer Society, and it's the equivalent of the Ronald McDonald House for adults that have cancer. And it's just amazing. It's free, it's wonderful, it's clean, it's modern, it's filled with lovely people.
Yep.
So
after 7 days of radiation, I am not really feeling any effects from it, which is great, and stabilizing a bit on all of the other side effects. Actually, the last few days I've had a lot more energy than I've had for a while, and that's wonderful. I'm able to do a bit more than I've done, and that's fantastic. So
now that is after he did a bunch of exercises last week at Planet Fitness, thinking that he could be the model that he always was of doing 3 sets of 15 on every instrument. And then he came home, and somehow it took 5 hours to recover his heart rate. That's
a first for me. That has never happened.
He's like, I just don't know what's happening. I'm like, I do. You acted like you were still a very strong man, and you're not right now. So anyway.
Once again, we hope this gives you a little bit of information as far as the kinds of things that we're experiencing, and as you watch this video, if you have questions, ask us. We don't know everything, but we certainly are willing to share what we know, and we even have the right people to talk to on the hard questions. If you really want to know, we can probably find the answer.
So yesterday we met with our oncologist. I don't know that I can have words of justice to talk about this man who just waltzes into a room, sits at a chair, and talks to you for a half hour to 45 minutes. It's
And there's always, do you
just
have any other questions? Do
amazing.
you have any other questions? He just,
he was concerned about Jim and how hard it was for him to recover.
although he did say, I've hit you pretty hard with a lot of stuff.
He says, I've you know, so, but most people, I guess, don't have urination every 5 minutes, so
That was a little extreme.
he was a little, you know, not caring, very much caring about that. But he did say, you know, that this all will reverse and that he will be back to normal. He won't have cancer. I asked them, you know, in December when we have to go get the next PET scan, and he goes, you don't have another PET scan? And I'm like,
We thought we did.
somebody
said that.
scheduled it for us and stuff. Anyway, we don't have to do any more PET scans. He says, you have to do a PSA blood test every 6 months.
That's
and
easy.
When you have
Easy
3 of
peasy.
them done, come back good, then we move to a year. So he was super encouraging. He thinks Jim's a great model student, model patient. It's been rough. Don't get us wrong. There's been some rough parts.
But knowing that I'm going to come out of this cancer-free really makes it worth it. That's wonderful to know, because there's a lot to worry about there, and we're glad it got caught when it did, and it's getting taken care of.
And I guess that's the thing that you should remember about prostate cancer. If you do not take care of it and it does metastasize, then yes, you can become one of the statistics of the second largest rate for men.
Yep.
But if you catch it in time, then you go through some very unpleasant side effects and you come out on the other end.
Yep.
Good.
Thanks for watching, everyone. And, you know, we're going to do a little bit more to take you all the way to the end of this and let you know how it went. And the end's in sight. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.